Talk about playing on the road.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how we respond, and you know, another sellout on the road. They're going to go crazy, and they're going to play well. And we're going to have to play well to have our chances. But we'll see. I'm anxious to see. We need to get some road games under our belt to see what we have to do and learn about our team.
Get a feeling this will be a much better road team than last year in the conference?
I don't know. Well, let's play the games. I know last year we were 2-6. Also, last year at the end of the year we were the best team in the country. So we learned along the way, and this team has a lot of learning to do right now.
You said yesterday that you were hopeful at least that they were further advanced, these guys, because you maybe had a better handle early on what they did well and how to utilize those guys. What reasons do you?
Well, first of all, when I watched the tape of our game with Auburn last year, we were running a lot of dribble drive. And by the end of the year, we were getting Brandon to the baseline. We were running a lot of handoffs. We were playing much differently than we did that game. Now, what we've done as a staff is built on what we learned last year and incorporated it this year. Instead, at the beginning of the year, we jumped some of that stuff in there, which is why I think we're a little farther ahead. But, you know, we need to be. I mean, you know, we played 4 top 15 teams already.
You sort of talked about how maybe Indiana would at least be a good introduction. In that regard, do you feel like it's not going to ever get any worse on the road than it was in terms of a hostile environment?
It'll get crazy. We go to Florida, we go to Tennessee, we do this Auburn game. You know, we'll walk away saying, "Oh my gosh!" But that's what it means to play here. This isn't for everybody. If you're hoping to walk into a half-empty arena and slide by and go get a meal after the game, it's just not the place to go play basketball. Every game is someone's Super Bowl. You got a target on your back. Every road game is sold out. Every road game drives their season ticket sales. And that's how it is.
Last time out for Auburn, things didn't go too well. Have you looked at that video yet?
Yeah, they were on the road. And I'm going to tell you that Vanderbilt right now is a top 5 team. They just are. And what they're doing right now, aside from playing off of one another real well, they're shooting the ball. And it's not just Jenkins. So now all of a sudden, they make 10, 11 threes. With the way they play, you lose by 30. We'll lose by 30. They're a top 5 team. Up there, if they play like they did against Auburn, they'll get us by 25 or 30. And they played well. So I've not taken much from that game, other than to say I'm not zeroed in on Vanderbilt, but just watching some of the plays saying, whoa. And then I said to Robes, when are we playing them? Not for a while. Good.
You throw that out when you're game planning for Auburn, you just dismiss that game?
No, I watched it for me, and our team doesn't watch other teams' game tape, so they don't watch any of that stuff.
Is it easier playing Tony now since you've done it before?
No. I mean, I'm playing someone I care about and, you know, helped me build a program, really helped me build 2 programs. From UMass as a player and as an assistant at Memphis. So I'm sitting here in front of you all as the coach here at Kentucky because a lot of it's because of Tony Barbie. So I don't like playing these kind of games. You know, don't like it, but play the game and get on the plane and get out of there.
When you go into a hostile environment, is there any more or any different responsibility on a guy on Marcus who has to get things working?
No, it's just things you got to understand how you take the crowd out of games. There are times when you speed up and there are times when you pull back, just based on where the game's going, the momentum of the game. There's times when you grind it out and there's times where you keep attacking because you got them on their heels. And that's something that he'll have to learn, and that's why we're probably doing more coaching from the side than we need to do because we're trying to help him.
How important, coming off his arguably best game, how important is it for him to follow up with another strong effort as a point?
He's got time. I mean, these games, you know, again, I told them, let's just worry about getting better every day. The winning will take care of itself, and if we lose a couple, we lose a couple. It's not football. It's not, okay, we just lost the national title in January. It's not happening. So we just need to get better. I like my team. I like what we do defensively. We're getting better offensively. We haven't played with 6 cylinders, 7 cylinders running. We've been on 2 and 3 just about every game we've played. So we're still learning and trying to get to where we need to go. But as I say that, we still have played 4 top 15 teams. And, you know, that kind of hardens you a little bit.
Okay, you said after the game Saturday that you didn't want Terrence slacking back, that he needed to work even harder. What have you seen from him since that game?
I think he'll be fine. He was good yesterday. I think he's, you know, guys don't want to slide back to where they were and that kind of stuff. You want to build on it, and I think he understood it. And you know, he was good yesterday. He's shooting the ball better. I mean, he's more confident. And I'm not talking threes. I'm talking those 8, 9, 10 footers that he can make. You know, baskets around the basket plays. Going and getting rebounds with 2 hands. And, you know, he's talking more. You know, he's more confident. You know, when you're scared to death, you're like this. You're not out there, okay, let's go, you got it. No, no. Boop, 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 boop. You know, so he's out there talking more and doing more stuff.
Is there a single most important denominator in winning on the road, especially in conference play?
Yeah, have really good players. And preferably veteran players who are really good. But have really good players and we can win on the road.
In the absence of veteran players, is it defense,
Hard,
execution?
just hard, because when the stuff hits the fan, those guys get how to calm their waters. It speeds up young kids. You know, I got to score now, or this guy's coming at me, so I got to go at him, and all of a sudden we're down 10 because you're in a one-on-one battle, because you don't get what's going on here. And that's a young kid, but hopefully we get enough veterans out there to go along with the young players we have.
Cal, the league, I mean, people thought the league was going to be pretty good, and then Vandy took some losses. Alabama took a couple losses, Florida took losses. Is that because teams were playing tougher schedules, like in Alabama and Florida's place? Or what do you think of the league right now?
I think the league is very good. What happens in our league is, you know, they do the media-driven stuff that when one league loses games on the road, it's a good loss. When we lose on the road, our league, what a bad loss. What? It's hard to win on the road in any league. This league, with the top 5 teams that we have, that are all NCAA tournament teams, and really, I'll make a prediction. Other than us, of those 5, I would say 4 of those, without us, will be Sweet 16 teams. How about that? And then you got a couple on the edges that we're still, who are they, what are they, we don't know yet. But those others, they're all really good. Now, the good news is that one team took a spill because the big guy was out. The other team took a spill, they had a bad game. You have bad games, this stuff happens. But at the end of the day, those teams, they all have the talent to do something special. So this league is hard. This is not an easy league.
Cal, you talked about the 2 recruits you got to see them Saturday, what you saw and how they grow. You probably don't get a chance to see them much.
Well, I think Coach Hall said to me, those are just like the guys you got. I said, thank you, Coach, it makes me feel good. Because the guys we got are pretty good. So we still have a couple more guys we're going to have to get. And I feel pretty comfortable where we are in recruiting. So we signed 2 or 3 more to go along with who we have, and we'll be fine.
John, you talked about your struggles last year. You were young last year, obviously. Did you take away anything from that experience as a coach that can help you with this going on?
Well, not only were we a young team last year, you're talking about one player had any experience, and he was never in a close game. Darius. If the game was close, he was right beside me cheering. Now you had him and Josh and DeAndre, guys that were not, and then to go with freshmen, that's why it took us a while to figure out how that team needed to play. This year with, you know, Darius now, who was a major reason for us to make the run, Terrence and Duran, along with these young guys, we've got more experience, we've probably got more talent, so we're farther along than we were a year ago.
What do you need Darius' role to be on this team? Does he have to be the guy that puts the team on his shoulders from the
No,
get-go?
he's not going to do that. But what we like him to do is be aggressive, be tough, come up with balls, don't get tied out there. Like 2 guys come at you, no, you're having, you know, I mean, you know, you know, have a 6'2" guy on you, ball faking. Just go do the stuff you're capable of doing that we've all seen him do. Just go play. I mean, if he plays tough and he's aggressive, offensively and defensively, rebounding the ball, we're really good. When he doesn't, we're good. We're fine. He just won't play much, but we'll be fine. But he's capable of doing, you know, being the MVP in the conference tournament. He's capable of it. He's done it. It's not like I'm saying you guys say, oh, come on, Cal, that's reaching. He did it last year. But his run at the end of the year was what was the difference. It didn't change how Terrence played, Duran played, Brandon played, or Josh. But his play, or DeAndre, they never changed. His play elevated our team because all of a sudden that's what we hadn't been getting from him.
So has he not played like the way you anticipated this year?
Now he's playing fine. I mean, he's doing fine. But, you know, I don't like fine. I don't like good. That's our enemy. You know? Good's an enemy. You don't want to be good. Why don't you try to be great? Well, how do I be great? Well, one is do the things you're capable of doing every day, in practice, in every game. You come out with a mentality, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to work on areas that I know that are holding me back from being great. I'm going to do those things. And that's not just for him, that's for every player out there. I mean, I'm good. Well, that's real nice. But being great, competing at the highest level is a totally different thing.
Thanks.